I want to talk about Tim Tebow, and I just want to know: is this outrage? Has it gone over the top? Is it warranted? I'm gonna start with you, Plex, because you seem to have a very, very interesting take and seemingly passionate view and vantage point of what's going on here.
Hey, this is not outrage at all.
Okay, all right.
There's no outrage. It's the simple fact of that. Urban Meyer. This is a power play, but it's not hockey.
Okay.
This is a position of power by Urban Meyer. Basically, he's extending his hand and giving Tim Tebow a job to play in the NFL that he does not deserve. He hasn't earned it for a position that he has never played and hasn't played football in over a decade. Almost a decade. This has nothing to do with football. It's a publicity stunt. It's a power play by Urban Meyer. And TJ, y'all know, in the locker room, the players don't respect that. You have a guy like Tim Tebow that walks in the locker room and he walk into my locker room talking about, rah, 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 let's go. You be like, man, if you go sit your ass down somewhere, we had to earn our jobs. Your job was given to you. My job is performance-based. I have to go out and perform. They gave you a job. And that's what, as a player in a locker room, it causes strife in situations like this because, you know what? You don't have the respect of your peers because your job was given to you. And if you're a defensive end or a defensive player, when Tim Tebow comes out there as a former quarterback and puts his hand in the dirt and he goes against guys like JPP, Bosa, or Von Miller, or Aaron Donald, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to eat his lunch. You know, hey, you know what? They're going to be like, we got a wet paper towel out here. Bounty, run through, quicker picker upper. How quick can you pick him up off the ground? That's exactly what it's going to be. Listen, he doesn't deserve this opportunity. It was given to him. And you know what? The players will be like, you privileged, man. We had to work for our job. We had to earn it. And there's been a lot of highly touted college football quarterbacks that have played and won national championships, but they just weren't good NFL players. Tony Rice, Tommy Frazier, Scott Frost, all these guys were great college quarterbacks, but their game didn't fit the NFL play. But if Tim Tebow was good enough to play any position in the NFL over the last 10 years, whether it be quarterback or tight end, he would have been playing. The NFL didn't get this wrong. He's just not a good NFL player. And that's the bottom line. And for Urban Meyer to get this man a job that he doesn't deserve or haven't earned and haven't played in 10 years, I mean, is that the kind of, environment he wants to set? I mean, listen, I haven't played in 10. You know what I did 10 years ago? I led the New York Jets in touchdown receptions 10 years ago. I tell you this, I'm 43 years old, and I guarantee I'm a better tight end than Tim Tebow. But ain't nobody picking up the phone and calling me, but I don't want to play anyway. But what I'm saying is at 43, I know he's not a better tight end than me. There are guys who deserve an opportunity, undrafted free agents, unrestricted free agents, and tight ends that are looking for jobs. And Urban Meyer is giving out charity and giving his man something he doesn't deserve.
And what you just said for me, and I'll be honest, I don't have a problem with the Plex. I really don't. But the problem that I do have is there's a kid that earned this opportunity, that deserves this opportunity, and it's going to Tim Tebow. And I look at it like this right now. Tim Tebow is 1 of 90. I doubt it very seriously Tebow will be 1 of 53. I doubt it. He can get on the team in the offseason. September rolls around. Tebow will not be a part of the regular season roster. They signed him to, quote unquote, be a leader. We all have been in locker rooms and meetings, and they want him to show Trevor Lawrence. Unless the tight ends and quarterbacks all of a sudden start meeting together, what is Trevor Lawrence going to gain from him? You're not even meeting together. Tebow will be with the tight ends. And so this isn't the first time that nepotism has occurred, and it won't be the last. And okay, let me be honest. If I'm in a situation and y'all need my help and there were more qualified people, I'm hiring y'all. I'm going to hire y'all because y'all my boys. Tebow and Urban Meyer, they're friends. Urban Meyer is doing him a solid. That's what friends do for friends. We don't sit on NFL level, but this is what happens, man. We live in a world of have and have nots. And Urban Meyer is in a position of power. He's giving Tebow an opportunity. If we were in the same position, we would do the same thing.
Yeah, we would. I'm going to jump in right there, and I'm just going to bring a different perspective because my perspective kind of leaves the football field and kind of visits this whole cancel culture that we have found ourselves in as a country. And it's interesting because a lot of times we believe that cancel culture is directly specific to racial groups canceling out, different things that take place. But then there's also the idea of the Me Too movement and how that is a part of cancel culture as well. And this mob-like mentality that has kind of taken over. I don't know if it was birthed in social media. I don't know where it really came from, but I feel like, as an American society in general and as a whole, we've gotten so soft and we've gotten so inundated with how things are handled that there we would actually, and listen, y'all my boys, so I hope y'all don't take offense to how I'm approaching this, but I just think that is whack as hell that we even have an opinion about it, to be honest, because in the end, old ass players come and go in locker rooms every single week, chasing their dream. We know somebody right now that played in the league that is still training for the National Football League and trying to get tryouts and will show up to tryouts. They might be 40 years old, 40 plus, and they're still trying to make it into the league. And the only problem that we seemingly have in the outrage in the media, what it seemingly is at this point, is the fact that Tim Tebow is Tim Tebow and that Tim Tebow is getting an opportunity. And whether it's given or whether he earned it, it really doesn't matter really in the end, because if he earns it, nobody's going to look at it as he earned it, because everybody who sees it the way they see it from perspective wise is going to look at it and say that he was given this opportunity. And you're right, TJ, from my perspective, that's what nepotism is. That is what cronyism is. And that's exactly what this is. Every single day I work my ass off to be able to learn business, to be able to learn the industry and the categories that I'm associated with and I'm in for this very reason. The one thing I learned, a very valuable lesson that I learned in business, I lost my job. I came out here to California 7 years ago. I lost my job after 2 years. I was fired, let go. I uprooted from the East Coast. I came here to work for a network. They fired me because they felt like I made too much money. I couldn't understand why they didn't value me more. Then I'm looking at certain people, I will leave nameless, and they're climbing the ladder and they're going and going and they're getting to the next level and they're getting to the next level. And I'm sitting at home with no job. And I know I'm dope when I crack this mic. I know I'm dope when I'm in front of a camera. Sound familiar? Because y'all sitting there at home and y'all doing the same thing at some point, like sitting there looking at dudes like, I know I'm better than this dude. I know I got more rap. I know I got more knowledge. I know I bring more energy. I know I got this more than this guy in spades, but yet this dude is blowing up. And then I realized, just like what's going on with Tim Tebow right now, Tim Tebow has built up so much advocacy, so much admiration, so much respect, so much support. You're damn right it's a power play. It's a power play because you know what? His amount of advocates that he has supersedes any type of opinion, any type of outrage, any type of feeling that comes his way. He gets opportunities because people advocate for him in places where he can get those opportunities allotted to him and afforded to him. I learned that very valuable lesson. When I was coming through, people would be like, they'd ask me, can you do this show? You know what I say to them, fellas? Hell no, I can't do that show. That's not in my contract. I don't have time. I got to go do this. I got to run here with my kids. I got to do this, that, and the other. And then they never ask again. And you know what? It goes from being in a position to create advocacy and respect and trust to, oh, he's a diva. Oh, he said, yeah, we pay him X amount of dollars. He does this show. We ask him to do another show, and he's like, that's not my contract? Like, who do you think you are? And so to me, what I started to realize is I can't move the goalpost on situations like this. I got to stay right down the pipe. And if I'm staying right down the pipe, fellas, this man has done so much to build advocacy with so many people that the reverence that exists with those people wanting to always, if I can help Tim Tebow try to assist himself in reaching a goal, you know what that does for me? That says I can look at my son or I can look at my daughter that Tim knows and has prayed for and has come over and visited and has played catch with. All of the experiences that have led to them feeling the way that they feel about Tim Tebow. It all leads to opportunity. And for what it's worth out there, people, this is some real up on game right here. This is game. You need to learn that, and you need to understand it, and you need to teach it to your children. Instead of teaching them to hate a color, instead of teaching them to hate a gender, instead of teaching them to make excuses or feel as though I didn't get this opportunity because this person got it and it was given to them, you better learn how to create advocacy. Learn how to meet people and generate those feelings where even if there's somebody out there that may deserve it more than me, even if there's somebody out there that may be better than me, I'm getting the look. You know why? Because I invested something that maybe somebody else didn't do, which was the time and the energy to be able to build relationships, guys.
This is also great for business for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Tebow lives in Jacksonville. He's from Jacksonville. This is a business first. And again, I'll be shocked. I really will be. If he's one of 53, I'll be shocked.
So will you actually be shocked if he's one of 53? Come on, man.
I will. I will.
He's never
played it.
Man,
I'm the only defender here.
It would not surprise me if he makes the opening day roster down there in September for Jacksonville. I would not be surprised at all.
Plex, me and you stopped playing around the same time. LaVar stopped playing before us. Tebow ain't blocking LaVar right now.
Oh, that's what I'm sitting there thinking. Like, I bodied him right now at 42. I body Tebow.
People don't understand. Like, he has to block
the guys I just mentioned. You're right.
Like Von Miller, man. Von Miller, come on, man. They're going to give him wedgies before they go sack the quarterback.
I'm very, very excited about it.